Hello and welcome back. And in this lecture, we are going to see that how we can restructure our project in such a manner that it can be easily maintained later on. Okay, so as of now, you can see that we have done all this instrumentation, that is the logging inside the same piece of code. Like this is the Windows service.cpp file, and here I have done all these things. We have opened a file, and then we have written all the things here only. But the thing is that in every other module, like as of now, we are writing it for the Windows service. Later on, we are going to write it for the socket program. So whenever we will be doing that, in that case as well, we have to do some kind of instrumentation for the better tracking. So why not to have all these things like the logging stuff? This is a common thing among all the other modules, whether it's a socket project, whether your Windows service project is there, every project will be logging something to the log file. Okay. So why not to keep this logic to log the content into the log file at a central place, right? So for that, we can write a static library, right? So I'm going to show you that how a static library you can create in C++ using the Visual Studio 2022. And I will move all this logic to write the error message into a single module. That module or that library can be inherited by the other, can be opened by the other modules as well, like by the socket program, like the other module, like if we are going to do something like database handling. So everywhere we need to have some logs which need to be put into the log file so that we can trace the bugs later on if they come, right? So for this one, what I will do, I'm just going to remove all these things from here, and I'm going to write a new library for the logging, right? That will be a common library. But before that, let me show you one more thing. I have checked out my code here at the location socket project. So here what I have done, that all the files, like when you create the output file here, then you can see that the output file is created here. If you go to the linker section and you go to the output, then you can see that the output directory is this location, output dir, target name, and target ex extension, right? So this output dir we need to change, right? This out dir. So rather than this out dir, we need to put the environment variable here. We need to have some environment variable. And what I will put into the environment variable, I need to put into the environment variable this name, the name of the the directory where I'm going to put my exe. Like I want to put my exe into the bin directory, right? So I need to give this path into the environment variable. So I have already done it for you. So if I go to the environment variable, then you will be able to see here in the include path, you can see, this bin path. I have given the name bin path. So here it is the bin path where I have written like C Vikash socket project and then bin. So at this location, my final exe will go, right? Will be saved. Okay. Apart from that, I have include path, C Vikash socket project and then include, right? Here I will put all my include files, the header files, right? And then comes the lib path, C socket project lib, this lib path, right? So this is the path for the static library. So all the static libraries, all the object files that are created, I will push all to them here, lib path only. Okay. So let me just give the path here, like it will be bin path. So it should be something like, if I open this. Okay, so it will be like or not out dir dollar bin path. Okay, now you can see bin path, and then you need to give like this. After this, it's like /bin /windows service.exe. So this will be the path. So if you give the bin path, then you can see like all the files will go there, right? And if your application has to use the include files, like the header files, then in that case as well, you need to provide the extra, include file, additional include directory. So I want to give the include directory, like I'm going to create my static library for the logging. So if I'm going to create a static library for the logging, then I will be creating a header file, and then I will be creating a CPP file for the implementation of that class, because I will be writing that in the C++ code. So I will write two files. One is header file and the other one is the implementation file, which is the CPP file. So I need to give the path of the include file, because you need to include the include file, right? You need to include the header file, right? And you need to use the lib path as well. So two path I need to add. Here I'm going to add the additional path for the include library. So what I will do, I will simply go there into the environment variables again. And if you see here, this include path, I need to give like this INCL path, right? So this INCL path, I can give it like here. If I open this INCL path. Okay, so if I write like dollar INCL path, then you will be able to see the complete path. So you need to write like INCL path. So this is the complete path. So if you have taken this complete path and after that you add this slash, then obviously you simply need to add the header file and you don't need to add a slash, right? So you will simply add the header file, and then this is the additional include path, which means that if you add any header file here, you don't need to specifically mention the complete path, right? So that is how it will work, right? So this is applied. So if I put some header file here into the include path, where it is gone, yeah, come here. So here it is include folder. So if I put some header file here, right, like test.h, I have written the header file here, and I want to include that in my test in here, like right has include test.h. You can see that test.h is included easily, right? Cannot open source file. Yeah, now it is able to open source file, right? So this is test.h, because this include folder has been added additionally here. If you see, I have added this include folder additionally here for the debug version, right? If you want to add it for the release version, you can do the same for the release version. Finally, we will create all the exes in the release version, but for now, since we have to debug as well, if some problem comes, then we have to debug as well. That is why I am putting all the path and all the things into the debug configuration only. Okay, so that is why I am able to add it here easily, right? And there will be many projects we will be creating, many modules we will be creating. Like one module I'm going to create for the logger. So the header file for the logger I will put in there only, right? So that is why I have given that path, right? The include path. So there I will put for the logger. Okay, now come to the, let me remove it. So I hope you are understanding this concept. And if you are aware about this, then you can skip this video, because these things I'm telling for those guys who have not worked on the professional projects, on the live projects in the C++, right? So my purpose in this complete exercise, or in this complete course, is that you should be able to understand that how the real world projects are maintained and how they are managed. Okay, so I hope you have understood for that one as well. Now I'm going to add the lib path. So let me just show it like in the linker, in the output file. This is the thing, and additional library directories. Okay, so whatever libraries I'm going to add, right? Like for the logging, I'm going to add a new library, and that library will be created as a static library, and there will be a lib file that will be built in here. I will give the path to let it build here in the lib folder. Any static library I will build in the lib folder, right? So what I will do in I will give the lib path here, right? So if I come here, I have already set the environment variable. You can set the environment variable for the bin path, for the INCL path, for the lib path. So I have already set it. So if you see like this, lib underscore path, and then you see you will be able to see like this comes like Vikas socket libraries, socket project, and then lib. And at the end, you just add this path as well, so that we don't face any problem with the path. Like this slash is needed to, identify the path. Okay. So lib path is there. Right. So now we are all set to write a new static library for logging, and then we will be just using that library into our project. So in this video, I'm just restricting myself to show you to the new environment variables, and I'm going to change the output path to exe to so for service, and I will rebuild it, and then I will just reinstall and start the service to see whether it is working fine or not. So I hope till now you must have understood what I have done. If you have not understood, then you can simply let me know in the comment section. Okay. So let me run it. So Windows service, you can see, let me show you again. You can see that output file in the linker section, which is the exe file. This I have given the complete path here. So it will be created now at this location. See Vikas socket project bin and Windows service.exe. And I have already set this bin path into the environment variable. Okay. So now let me build it. So I'm going to clean it first so that everything gets cleaned up, and now I'm going to rebuild it. Okay, so rebuild succeeded. So now if you see the your bin path, then you will be able to see that now your exe has been created here in the bin path. Okay, so on your development environment, on your development machine, you need to follow this practice. You need to set up your project like in this manner only. And this is the way your live projects which are running in the bigger organization, which are creating these kind of projects, who are developing these kind of projects, they are maintaining their projects like in the similar manner. Okay, so here in the bin I got this. Right now I need to install my service. Okay, so to install my service I need to run this command, Control C, and then let me open the command prompt here. But yeah, I need to open the command prompt in the administrative mode. So I need to open it in the administrative mode. And now let me, come on, Control C, CD slash, and then CD bin, right? So now we can run that command that I showed you. So this is the command, but before that, since our, our service has already been installed, so before reinstalling it, you need to uninstall it. So let me just do service deletion. So sc delete. And what is the name of the service? You need to see the name of the service from the service panel. So if you see the name of the service panel, real-time update service, right? So this is the name of the service. So let me close it. Please remember that if you are deleting any service, please make sure that you close this applet, this service applet, you need to close it. So the name is real-time update service. Let me write the name, sc delete real-time update service. Okay. So this has been deleted. Now I'm going to run the sc create on the local host, right? So bin path will be equal to C Vikash socket project and then bin. Okay, so and then Windows service.exe. It has been created now. Now let us open the service and let us run the service again. Real-time update service. You know that we have created the log at a particular location. So there was a log location, socket project. Let me see, where is the log location? Here we can see. Yeah, C service log. There is a service log folder in the C drive. So this is the service log folder. Yeah, here you can see this is the old log, and this old log is from the date 21st September. So last time I ran it on 21st September. Now here I'm just saving it using a separator, so that we can see that yes, we have the new log now. So I'm saving it And now I'm just going to run my service again, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now the service has started, and now let us open it and let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see October 5, today's date came. So after this, we can see that our service is working perfectly fine. Okay, so we have done the three things. We have just uh, updated the output path from for our service program, and I have shown you the include path, library path, and bin path. And I have told you the significance of these paths. The significance of these paths, I would like to repeat again that significance of this path, these path, is that we can have all the exes or all the artifacts at the same location in the same directory, so that not every time we have to update the setting of the projects. We create environment variables, certain environment variables, and with the help of those certain environment variables, we can manage all the projects with a certain set of environment variables only, and we don't have to change it every time. We don't have to manage in such a way so that we need to remember a lot of paths and a lot of things. Okay, so I hope you must have understood that how the projects are managed here. So in the next video, I'm going to show you that how I will write a static library, and I will replace all this logic to have the log file into a separate, um, you know, um, file in a separate library in a separate project. Okay. So I hope you must have understood the concept that I have explained to you. And this is very important video that today, this video that I have given you today. So this is really a important video, because this is all about how you manage the project, how you structure your project, and how it becomes more manageable. Because if you write really good code, but you are not able to structure your code in such a manner that it is manageable, then there is no use. I mean, anyone who will come to manage your project, he may find that fixing the issue was simple, but yeah, rest of the processes were not simple to follow. The delivery time may enhance, right? The delivery time may increase. Okay, so you may delay to deliver the product, to deliver the fixes, right? So to be able to manage it efficiently, you need to manage your code, you need to manage your project in more efficient manner. So this is one of the ways that I'm telling you today. Okay, so with this, I would like to say have a nice day and bye bye. We'll meet you soon in next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye.